There's no doubt in my mind now. This whole incident has Sigma written all over it.
As if there were any doubts to begin with.
Sigma's been really quiet.
That Sigma's involved, but
I really do still love this assumption that everybody is making.
If he's controlling these
Like Sigma's behind this somehow.
Yeah,
they all
like
seem to be him.
it all works really well towards this air of paranoia where it's like, it's Sigma, we know it's Sigma, it literally has to be Sigma, what else could it possibly be?
But they still don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, like there's not actually a grasp on what the situation is, and then this happens. You get the first cutscene in a while, like a proper cutscene.
Oh fuck, I need to make subtitles.
No, there's no dialogue in this part, don't worry.
Oh, sweet.
So we get the reveal. Everyone's suspicions were right all along. It is Sigma. Look at how grouchy he looks. Just like he crawled right out of the dumpster that he lives in. So, luckily loading screens are pretty merciful here. And we're right back to more dialogue.
I don't like that icon.
The X icon?
No, the Sigma, the background screen. That's...
It's very asymmetrical.
It'll all be over soon.
So, this is the part where I reiterate, if I haven't said it already, that's Master Asia's voice actor.
Talking to Domon.
So, talking to Domon's voice actor, so Domon X versus Master Sigma, just like God intended.
Your old world has outlived its usefulness.
I love this Sigma voice actor.
It works for him so
real
well.
good.
This is Providence. I'm merely ushering evolution along its natural path.
With robots.
Reploids, thank you.
Evolution?
But this is some pretty big plot point stuff here.
So Sigma was really after the Jakob project
And I'll get
along?
into it in just a moment.
If
We're
you
gonna
stop
have a
to
good
think
talking
about it,
stage
it
in
makes
a
a lot
moment.
of sense. Space development and the emergence of new generation Reploids aren't unrelated.
So, it's causing these new generation Reploids to go maverick, huh? We can't let them get away with this.
Sigma's transmission was disrupted by the orbit of the satellite.
Zero's voice actor in this one
This
too.
is lucky.
Everyone's is good.
The elevator
The
is
three
still
navigators
functional,
work,
so we can
Cygnus
use it
is
to
on
get to him.
point, Axel's is great too.
Whatever happened to Douglas?
I don't know, and it pisses me off. Like, they just wrote him out, and I miss him. He was a really cool character. So,
Douglas became Pallet.
I mean, basically. Also, on our end, the video is kind of frozen, so there's going to be a brief skip, maybe.
Roger.
But we're going to Jakob now, so we're going up to the orbital elevator because it's a science fiction storyline wherein there is an orbital elevator involved, so we have to go up.
I'll handle it.
This stage is short, it's a little droning, I kind of like it, and it kind of follows the path that I've been mentioning a few times now, where it's less just arbitrary fortress stages and more an actual narrative path.
Yeah.
So we're going up the elevator now, and then the
The
next two
orbital
stages will
elevator is
be
used to transport
properly
equipment
related
into
to.
space. Good luck out there.
This one is going to be really cool too. You'll see some really neat background details. Like, you can see the spiraling roadways that are in the intro stage, which is like a nice sort of unified design. And as we go further up, it's going to go from blue sky to space, and it's going to be kind of masked by skybox loading zones, is what we're assuming they are.
Yeah.
We actually tried using that zero flight glitch to get to the top, and there are totally loading zones in this section, so you can't just skip this. We timed it.
Yeah, like, it's based on enemies killed or something. You can't go straight up.
Without fighting anyway.
Yeah.
Like, there's really no way to cheese it one way or the other. That said, it's a pretty simple stage. There's a lot of new generation Reploids trying to stop you. Basically, all of the types that we've seen so far are represented. We've got the ones with the swords, the rocket launchers, riot shields in two types, and then Bulbrights being generally a pain in the
Are
ass.
Wolverine's new generation Reploids, or are they Mechanoids?
I think they were listed as mechanoids when we checked that. I believe there's a tweet about it in one of the irregular versions, so it is covered somewhere. I'm under the assumption that they're mechanoids. But yeah, so this would be one of those loading areas that we were talking about.
Which is smart if you're trying to make an orbital elevator in the game engine. You want to hide the transitions somewhere.
Exactly. Like, if it's not something new and incredible, then, you know, just do it smart. So, that spinning voltage ring, which looks awesome, I don't know what it's for, it reminded me, this is a bottomless pit area, so off the sides of the elevators are not ocean compliant. You will die if you fall off of them. That is compounded by the whirling disc. I don't think that has proper collision. I think it will just... You'll either fall through it or it will kill you instantly. In any case, you want to stay nice and centered. Knockback can throw you off pretty easily. Zero's spin is really helpful here. Homing weapons are helpful here too. I like X's spread shot. I'm kind of taking a lot of damage right now, but that's more just on me not being overly worried about it.
Or
These... Go ahead.
I was just about to ask if these were the new generation Reploids.
Well,
Bulkier ones.
kind of. So, those riot shields are a lot tougher. X has a hard time breaking through them. So I like using Zero's gravity weapon there. I have the hammer out just because I think it's a little bit quicker frame rate-wise, but also I like the hammer. I think it's cool. I don't remember if there was a specific reason I equipped it. It's also good range, so real quick, since, again, there's not a whole lot going on right now, Zero's weapons are all useful for a variety of reasons for him. Not the least of which is different range and some attack speeds. Other ones will provide different attack animations. So if you use the single stab that you get from Bamboo Pandemonium with the glaive, the spin spear, it will be a rapid-fire stab that you can sustain rather than one long jab. Likewise, if you have the Knuckles equipped, a bunch of the existing attacks will become Street Fighter references complete with different voice acting, and if you pause it, the attack names in the pause menu will be listed as the Street Fighter attacks instead of the X versions, which I think is really neat. Like, it's a good attention to detail that doesn't matter at all, but is definitely nice. So, currently you'll notice I'm using the full Hermes armor. I always feel like Hermes should be the red one.
Moon. That's not...
Yeah, so the skybox here is a little rocky, but luckily you don't really see it for the entire fight, so it's not as overall offensive as it would be in X7. But, so we're going to another somewhat decisive battle against Vile. Everybody's favorite. Still green, fully flying, and he's going to keep his electrical motif in this fight. You're going to see it a lot more than you would in any other phase in the game. And he's a dick, and I love that.
He's a troll.
He really is.
You finally piece it together, X? The orbital elevator, the energy, the space minerals, the rocket data, the route to space. The thing that's allowed this world to survive this long is ours.
I don't care what you plan to do. I'll put a stop to it no
Maybe
matter
ours.
what.
Fuck you.
Who's Vile's voice actor? He sounds familiar.
I'll need to check that, but first I'm going to read out of the book. I let the military geek in me out for this design. The unique emblem he wears is supposed to identify him as somebody who does not affiliate himself with any organizations. Vile 5, Vile V, VV, double V, is a one-man army and is proud of it. Laughs. So, he's got a lightning bolt icon. You don't see it a lot in-game.
You see it in the cutscenes.
You do see it in the cutscenes. It's less, like... It doesn't jump out as much as in the actual art.
Yeah.
But he's always got a little bit of a lightning motif to him. The fire column is a recurring attack, but you'll remember in X1 he has that electrical stun ball. In X3 he's got these kind of rapid fire things. But now, he's got an overdrive attack too. And the reason I went with the Hermes armor is actually because of this. The invincible dash will pass through these, and granted I'm whiffing it a lot. But that's not on the armor, that's on me being not really the best sometimes. This phase goes on for a while. He is invulnerable during it. And one thing that I'm not really showcasing a whole bunch right now is that he is weak to drift diamonds, just like he was in all of the other phases of the game. So you can freeze him, you can knock him down, you can vaguely stun lock him. This phase will always happen. And I don't know, I just kind of feel like it's a little bit more fun to fight him Buster Duel-wise. Over the course of the Let's Play, I kind of established that it's sometimes not quite as entertaining to cheese the fights with the stun locking. Plus, it just feels good, because it's like this long-time grudge match, and we finish it naturally with the double attack. Zero's sword became a hammer after it went from a hammer to a sword. So yeah, all in all, short stage, not too difficult. It kind of showcases your power that you're going through a gauntlet of these new generation Reploids that are supposed to be very powerful, and I think it's simplistic and fun, and I like it.
You got through that stage as if it were your own backyard.
this ability to self-recover, allowing the deceased Vile and his Gundam to keep on resurrecting. I'm positive this guy has acquired abilities of the Dark Gundam with the help of Sigma! This hand of mine glows with an awesome power! Its burning grip tells me to defeat you! Take this! My love, my anger, and all of my sorrow! Go! Go! He'll even corrupt Vile's genuine fighting spirit into something evil. Yes. Once confronted by the Dark Gundam, even the deceased will become like this.
Aelia, I got a sample of that Maverick for you.
I don't understand, bro. I'm lost.